Machiavelli Mills TV, y'all. And look, I'm a huge fan of the I Am Athlete podcast with Brandon Marshall. What's my boy named Channing Crowder? With Chad Johnson, aka Ocho Cinco, and Fred Taylor. I love the podcast, but they gotta stop with this NASCAR shit. I'm not gonna. They gotta cut it out. They got a whole series dedicated to NASCAR driving, and I promise y'all. Listen, I'm sure it's a lot of NASCAR people that they don't even have a lot of interest in watching all these NASCAR videos and interviews. I know it's people that love NASCAR that probably aren't even that interested in NASCAR to be watching all the drivers' interviews like that. I'm sorry, they gotta cut it out because to me, like I feel like that's just abandoning your audience. We haven't seen anything from them like those great interviews that they used to have with different athletes where it's just them talking about a lot of different issues affecting the black community, affecting the sport realm. They didn't talk about all these different things about, mental health or financial literacy, so on and so forth within the athlete realm or within the black community. Those were interesting conversations that we really liked. We really liked hearing from guys like Darrell Revis, Michael Vick. We liked hearing from Cam Newton, so on and so forth, right? And I'm like, oh, that's what we really want to see. But now they strand away from their core audience. I'm like, Joe, did NASCAR, I don't understand it unless NASCAR really threw them a bag to keep promoting their brand. Maybe that's the case. But I feel like ever since they did them interviews with Bubba Wallace and Dale Earnhardt Jr., that they feel like, oh my God, we reached a new audience, we reached a whole different demographic, and we want to just keep that rolling. So now they just made a whole NASCAR series. Brother, NASCAR is not that interesting. I'm sorry. After I didn't watch 2 interviews from 2 different NASCAR drivers, I feel like after that, I don't really have no interest in sitting down and watching a conversation about NASCAR. Now, maybe it's just me. Maybe y'all feel the same way. But they got to get back to their bread and butter. Get back to what y'all had going on that really y'all had a great thing. And I think you still can have it. But get back to making those videos. I'm not trying to sit down for 50 minutes and hear the NASCAR driver talking about him sweating in the car and how his daddy was building him cars since he was a little boy and he was doing the soapbox driving challenges when he was a little kid. I'm not interested. I'm sorry. I'm just not. Okay? I'm not interested to hear about, them learning how to drive stick and all that. Like, no, it does not interest your boy. I feel like they need to get back to their bread and butter. I feel like once they found out, we got a new audience, they start trying to sell out to that crowd. Like, no. Like, your audience is who been watching you from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been watching y'all from the jump. Since before y'all really got popular and blew up like that, we were watching y'all from the beginning because we knew you all had an interesting perspective to sports, to life, y'all had an interesting perspective to the black athlete in America. We wanted to hear those things. We wanted to hear those conversations. We wanted to hear about your upbringing, about the different troubles or the obstacles you had in your career and how you hurdled over those obstacles. I'm not trying to keep NASCAR just is not that interesting to me, y'all. It's a reason why NASCAR doesn't get talked about on ESPN that much. It's a reason for that. And no disrespect to the NASCAR drivers, y'all making y'all money. Y'all get way more money than I do, and I wish I had some of that NASCAR money, for real. But it's just not interesting to talk about. It's the reason why it's not talked about on ESPN, First Take. It's not talked about on FS1 Undisputed, so on and so forth. It's not really covered like that. And then when it's on TV, I'll flick to the next channel. I just feel like they need to get back to their bread and butter. Don't sell out for a crowd that's really not invested in your channel like that. Because the crowd they're trying to sell out to ain't watching them every single week. Them NASCAR numbers ain't in the millions like it was with the other videos. It's barely hitting 100,000 views. It is really only doing that 90 because it's people that just trying to watch them because people love them so much they're trying to give it a chance. But it's like, bro, them NASCAR videos get 90,000, 60,000, 55,000. We want to see y'all back talking about what y'all used to talk about. We want to see y'all keep going with what your main ingredient was. You know what I'm saying? It's like a person making what you call it? They want to make macaroni and cheese, right? They make macaroni and cheese the same way all the time, every Thanksgiving, and everybody's the same result. Everybody love it. Everybody getting full off of it. People trying to take the plates home. You know what I'm saying? People trying to stay to eat some more, so on and so forth, right? And then one Thanksgiving, somebody decided to put some raisins or some other bullshit up in there that don't belong. And now we in here like, what the hell going on now? Come on now, don't abandon us. Don't abandon your audience. We was loving it the way it was. We was loving the dishes you were preparing for us at first. We didn't need all of that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't need all of that, right? Okay, you did it that one time. Maybe that twice, cool. All right, now let's get back to what we back on. Get back to what we used to do. And then we just go ahead with that. I am athlete got to cut it out with this NASCAR shit, y'all know? I'm sorry, y'all. It's people that watch NASCAR that just they not even that interested in NASCAR. NASCAR fans ain't trying to hear every single driver story about them driving and about how you drive a car and what race you won. Like no. They got to cut the NASCAR shit out. We want to get back to what we used to y'all seeing. We want to get back to what y'all used to do. You know what I'm saying? What we used to seeing from y'all. I'm sorry. But yeah, like I don't like no, man. Like y'all had a great thing going, and that was look, y'all. I used to look forward to every Monday to watch the I Am Athlete podcast because it was just that entertaining. It was just that insightful. It was just that interesting, y'all. Like I would do that while I'm doing my work and watching my son at the same time. I'm like, man, it helped me get through my day. Now I'm like, bro, every time I get on the channel, okay, this NASCAR driver, that NASCAR driver, NASCAR, we at the pit stop. And I'm like, bro, what? Bro, no. Get out of there in the pit stop, get from off the racetrack, go back, Brandon, go back to your house. Go back to your house, B. Marshall. Go back to talk about all the interesting things that have happened in sports. Talk about Kyrie Irving them. Talk about, you know what I'm saying, everything going on in the NBA. Talk about the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Talk about all the different, it's so many topics to hit on right now. So many different topics to talk about. All like boxing, so on. Like it's so many different things for you all to discuss. So many different things for you all to tackle that like, the number one recruit in the country just committed to Jackson State University, decommitted from Florida State, went to Jackson State, and Deion Sanders, the number one recruit in the country, went to an HBCU. That's an important conversation that we're interested in watching you all have because you all were having conversations about top athletes going to HBCUs in the past on the show. And Chad Johnson was the main advocate for saying you can go anywhere if you good. Go to FAMU. Go to one of these other HBCUs and give them exposure to put revenue back into the universities to spread around the whole school, the sport department, the athletic department, and across all the different departments, in all the different academic departments to increase the curriculum or give them all man, Chad Johnson been talking about black athletes going to black schools to get resources back to the black schools and build up HBCUs the way they're supposed to be and make them looked at as equal to the predominantly white institutions, right? Number one recruit in the country, go to HBCU. We need to talk about that. We want to hear y'all perspective. Like, so I'm hoping they coming with something new. Maybe I'm late. Maybe they put on their Instagram page. They coming with something new. Don't worry. Don't fret. Don't be stressed. But right now I'm looking like, where the hell are they at? Because there's so many topics I want to hear them talk about instead of some goddamn NASCAR, man. Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm sorry for this rant, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm glad y'all bear with me. But y'all leave y'all comments in the comment section below. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.